Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone from www.tarotforhealing.com, and this is your weekly reading. It is for the week beginning the 2nd through to the 8th of February. I'm just kind of like really looking into these cards that came up, and because I had to make this video again like I usually do. And today I'm using the 4th deck, and yeah, the first card that came up is the 8 of Discs, which is Prudence. Really pretty card. Now, what this card is saying to me is that this is a time of development, learning skills, practicing skills, really being determined to progress, and it's almost like there's a sense of mastery with this card. It takes time, it takes effort. This is about you doing the hard work now to be able to be skilled or fully skilled later on. So for some of you guys, this could mean, again, like learning something. This could mean studying. This could mean being in a job where you are learning and developing skills that can later on move you into a better position. It's almost like you have a vision with this card of where you're going to be in the future by putting in the hard work now that can give you the results later on. This is a card that has a slow moving energy to it because it has like a Capricorn energy. When I look at this card, it has a symbol on it that looks like a Scorpio energy as well. So what I can see with this card particularly, I think at the top is the sun though as well. But still, even with that aspect, it is definitely about hard work, dedication. It's about you really having to earn your way in the world, and it's like it's not going to be handed to you on a plate for sure. It's about you really taking the time and making the effort to really perfect those skills. When you look at the Rider-Waite version of this, it usually shows a guy in what looks like, well, he looks like a craftsman making pentacles. But in this case, it looks like a plant that is growing. And what is interesting about both of those cards is it represents toil, but it represents you, like if you look at this plant, for instance, it on the outside, when we see plants, they always look beautiful. The flowers, they look lovely. And sometimes we don't think about the process that that flower has to go through in order for it to be a flower. There is a really there's a science to a plant actually coming into form. It doesn't just appear out of the ground. Obviously it goes through its different processes and photosynthesis and stuff like that in order for it to grow and develop and to serve its function in nature. And all of these processes are going on, within the stems, within the petals, under the soil. So we don't see the hard work that goes into a plant being formed. The same way, sometimes when we look at other people and we look at their success, sometimes we just see the outcome of their success. Like, for instance, you might see somebody that is a millionaire, or you might see somebody that is successful in their field, and all you really see is maybe that person doing seminars, or that person traveling, or that person I don't know, but we look at it from the outside, but we don't usually see the hard work that takes place when that person isn't in the limelight or isn't being seen. And so I feel like this is in reference to you. It's saying that the hard work that you put in, you may not see the results right now, but the results will come if you stay dedicated to what it is that you're doing, if you stay committed to what it is that you want to achieve. It may be a slow progression, but once you have it, it becomes stable. It becomes tangible. It becomes long lasting if you are able to consistently put in the work that is needed to create something that really has staying power. So yes, and then when I look at the next card, it is the five of discs, and it's interesting the story that these cards are telling, because when I look at this card, it also it talks about maybe some struggles with finances, because sometimes when we're in the process of doing the hard work, we're not making money, because we are learning, we are developing, we may be still growing in that area of work that we're doing. And so we haven't reached the point of being a specialist in that field. We haven't reached the point of being a professional yet. And so because of that, we may not be in a position of charging somebody for a service yet. And so if we don't have something to fall back on, especially nowadays where jobs and things can be quite difficult to come by, we may find that money is restricted, our money is limited. And obviously we still have to pay our bills, we still have to live our everyday life, which is costly. And so it's saying that there might be this week, it might be a time where you are really conscious or really thinking about finances. Maybe you're just really hoping soon, sometime soon, that you'll be in a position to be able to charge, to be able to maybe, get that job that you're hoping to have in the future. But maybe it's just taking maybe longer than you expected, and you might be feeling like, what, I don't think I can wait anymore, I don't think I can continue on um like this for much longer if I'm not really seeing some kind of payoff yet. I would say if you've already put in the hard work, do try to hang in there with it, because this card does show that money can be made, but it's just saying that it's going to take some time in the meantime. And so the last card is the Death card. And to me, what this card is speaking of is, it could be speaking of, in some cases, because it can represent transformation, it can represent change, it can represent, for me, it represents something that to me, can represent grief, like something that you don't want to release, you don't want to let go of, but it's coming to an end. And so what I'm seeing for some of you guys is that it could be saying, like, even when I look at this guy, he even looks like he's working. I'm saying guy like he's a proper person, he's a skeleton. But with that, what do they call that again? I forgot the name now. But it's, I don't know, like when I first looked at it, it almost reminds me of the same thing that you see like farmers and stuff use to sort of cut wheat and stuff with. Like, I don't know why, but that's just kind of what I thought of. And even though obviously that's not what he's using his for, but that's what just came to mind. And I feel like it's saying that maybe a work situation, a financial situation might be coming to an end. This again, it's about a process of releasing. So I'm feeling like some of you guys might be feeling like something that you've been working towards and been doing for quite some time, maybe that is what is coming to an end. Or maybe for some of you guys, you might even decide or be thinking about giving up on something that you've been working towards, only because again, you're not seeing the results yet. Maybe you might want to go into something else where money can come in a bit quicker, and so you might put something to the side, or you might decide, what, I'm not going to pursue that anymore, I'm going to pursue something else. This card can also represent maybe transforming or changing the way that we even view money. Maybe we have to get more used to living on a budget, living a bit more of maybe be a bit more disciplined with our spending as well, in order to make it through this time. Make a few cutbacks in order to maybe, while we are studying, while we are learning and developing, being able to still survive at this moment in time. Again, like I said, money can come later on down the line, but sometimes we just need something to be able to tie ourselves over. And if the money just isn't flowing in like we need, sometimes we just have to go through the difficult period, that difficult patch, just for the moment, just for the time that we need to complete whatever it is that we need to complete, and then be able to make money later on. But I feel like the energies of these cards, like, they're really kind of Scorpio based. with the death cards showing up. Like it has that kind of Pluto energy. But then it's like this other card as well. It has kind of like this Capricorn energy. So it definitely is about hard work. But even though there's hard work coming in, it's like the hard work will bring about changes. It will bring about changes, and you are creating those changes. So, you know, don't worry so much about the meantime, because something new will be coming up as a result that will be better for you. Again, we just have to go through that difficult patch. And then, interestingly enough, the card that is underneath the deck is the Ace of Pentacles. So we're really thinking a lot about money here, a lot about money. So again, I'm really sensing that with that death card coming through, that maybe for some of you guys, you might be leaving something behind to embark on something new. Or you're searching for a new job, a new position coming through. But definitely something positive will be happening as a result. It's almost like what I really sense with these cards is it's almost like I was saying about the plant coming through the soil. To me, these three cards represent the plant before it's really come through. It's almost like, again, it's that work that you do when no one is looking. And again, you have a goal, you have a focus, but the only thing is that it hasn't manifested yet. It hasn't come into creation yet, but it will come into creation and it will pay off. It's difficult now because sometimes we can't see when the end will be, but then it's almost like when you get to that point, something will be manifested that will be what you wanted in the end. So there you go. All right, I'll see you guys. Bye.